Now for our featured story of the day. VanEck predicts Bitcoin will be worth $3 million and used as a global reserve asset by the year 2050. And also, they go on to share how Bitcoin in their bull scenario can hit $52 million per coin. So let's send the bull, shall we? I mean, here's the headline. You can read for yourself. Here's the recent, well, that's Max Kaiser right there. My apologies. Let me find the right link. Here we go. So yeah, VanEck, guy right here, this guy with the glasses, he says Bitcoin will be worth $3 million and used as a global reserve asset by 2050. Let me know if you agree, disagree. And in other news, when we're going to lead into the VanEck prediction, but this is another thing that the VanEck head of digital assets just shared. Russia's sovereign wealth fund is investing in Bitcoin mining infrastructure throughout BRICS nations with the idea of settling global trade in Bitcoin. And kudos to Max Kaiser. He predicted this 5 years ago, well ahead of his time. Early Bitcoin OG, obviously. He started telling people about Bitcoin via the Kaiser Report with Stacy Herbert back in 2011 when Bitcoin was only $1. So got to give credit where credit is due. But yeah, let's dive into this recent story of them projecting roughly a $3 million Bitcoin price, and then we'll dive into the bull scenario of $52 million. How's that sound? So yeah, Bitcoin can skyrocket to $3 million by 2050. Quoting them here, we expect Bitcoin to be widely used in international trade, becoming a significant medium of exchange and a valuable store of wealth. This leads to Gresham's law-like feedback loop. As Bitcoin becomes more useful and valuable, central banks and long-term investors will want to hold more biddies, reducing the amount of the availability in the floating supply. This scenario would result in central banks holding 2.5% of their assets in Bitcoin. Using assumptions about global wealth, investor Bitcoin demand, and Bitcoin turnover, we apply a velocity of money equation to suggest a potential price of $2.9 million per Bitcoin, translating to a total market cap of $61 trillion. Now for the bull scenario. Take me down to the Paradise City, where the Bitcoin's clean, the energy is green, and the Bitcoin's pretty at sitting at 52 milli. How you like that? So yeah, let's break this one down. Bitcoin, quoting them here, Bitcoin is the money equivalent of a wheel, or of the wheel, the invention. It is the first and perhaps the only instance where humanity creates sound money with transparency. The common high-end prediction is Bitcoin could reach $1 million. VanEck has set the bar higher for the bullishness on the Bitcoin world-changing properties. That's right. Let's get into it. It's conceivable that by 2050, Bitcoin could be used and settle 10% of the globe's international trade and 5% of the world domestic trade. This scenario would result in central banks holding 2.5% of their assets in the Bitcoin. There you go. Now, here you go. Bitcoin price scenario by 2050, bear, or base, bear, and bull scenarios. And again, this is produced by VanEck, one of the largest asset managers in the world. So as you can see here, we got some pretty fantastic numbers to be looking at here. VanEck's recent predictions further strengthening the bullish stance amongst industry experts on Bitcoin's future. In the shorter time frame, they reported that the key industry figures believe Bitcoin will reach 100,000 by year's end. I definitely agree with that. I mean, 100,000 is very, very easy, considering where we're at in the cycle. We just had the halving April 19th. We hit an all-time high pre-halving for the first time in Bitcoin history, which is another sign of the times. And also, we have the massive institutional adoption, in which we did not have in the previous cycles. So you got to consider all of this, you know what I mean, of where we're at right now. So let me know your thoughts. Could you see the bull scenario playing out, hitting 52 million by 2050? Can you see the very base scenario of 3 million and it becoming a global reserve asset? Let me know your thoughts and I'll read your comments out loud. So a baby carriage is next. Have a Bitcoin, baby. Hey. Muhammad, but the world fights our world and has been a fate. A parallel universe is very poetic. Me and you, nobody can take that from us. I hope I'll be able to get 911 Turbo. Nice. Going to be a lot of buying competition from the other Bitcoiners. I believe Porsche accepts Bitcoin. Drills, baby, drill. Unleash our energy beast. That's right. And don't forget to subscribe. #1 Bitcoin music channel, Chandy10 Music. That's right, Chandy, my heart and soul. Well, there you go. It sounds like Muhammad just proposed to Chandy. Whoa, live on the stream. Pretty wild.
That is about to be gone, but Bitcoin is on, yep, on. Our trouble's about to be gone. So let's manifest, create, celebrate, and anticipate Bitcoin soaring, going.
Doing, 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 doing.